Coach Matt Zedaker Show brought to you by Community Funeral Home in Sylacauga. And a brand new coach, brand new year. Childersburg High School head coach Matt Zedaker. And Coach, good morning. Good to see you.
Yeah, same here.
Hey, listen, for folks who may not know Matt Zedaker across the state of Alabama, tell us a little bit of your background.
I started my 26th year in football.
Yeah, you've been around, haven't you?
27th year in education. Was the head coach at Lincoln for the last 8 years, and then was at Sylacauga for 17 years. Excuse me, 7 of those as a defensive coordinator, and glad to get back up to the southern end of the county, get back home a little bit, and start this new journey with Childersburg.
Well, let's talk a lot about this Childersburg team this year. Had some tough sledding the last few years. What have you found there, and how are we looking going into tonight's game?
Yeah, listen, since I've taken it over, the kids have bought in pretty good. The athletes have always been there. It's just kind of been the mental aspect, I think. So, we've had a good summer. We've had a good fall camp. We're trying to take a fourth-quarter mentality into these games and see if we can try to win one in the fourth quarter. I think if you go back and you look at the last few seasons, we've been in a lot of games going in the first half, and then for whatever reason, second half, we just had some mistakes and kind of got down ourselves. So that's something we've been working really hard this off season is training when you hit the adversity aspect. How are we going to handle it? Let's move on. So tonight we get to see what all that training folds out.
What can people not knowing possibly? What can fans expect from a Childersburg team coached by Matt Zedaker?
Yeah, a lot of class, character, hard nose. A lot of hustle, organized team, and just putting everything out there for themselves, for their community, for their school, and playing good football.
Well, fall camp, how's it been?
Yeah, been good, hot, a lot of heat. But listen, I would say in the 2 weeks leading up to game week, we had really one bad practice, so that's really good. The kids are excited. They're excited to put last year behind them. They got a brand new slate in front of them, and see what we can go out and compete.
Well, let's talk about this 25 team. Who are some guys you're expecting to contribute this season?
Yeah, so we'll start. Tate Fairman's a senior for us, number 11. He's kind of our do-all guy. He won't come off the field much. He plays some slot, some quarterback, plays free safety. He'll kick for us sometimes, and so he's one of our main leaders on the team. We'll go as he goes. Our center Cam Estelle is another big leader for us, a senior for us. He kind of anchors our offensive line, gets everything set, and is a really good locker room presence for us, and a heck of an athlete. And then flip over the defensive side of Jamari Meadows, call him Cheese. He'll anchor our defensive front in the middle. And he's had a heck of an off season too. So those are 3 seniors that really get us going.
Well, tonight the Fayetteville Wolves and Coach John Limbaugh, and you know Coach Limbaugh very well.
Oh yeah, very good friend of mine, a brother in Christ for me, and very good football coach as well.
Now, they've got a well-balanced attack. They can run and throw. What does that present to a Childersburg defense?
Yeah, listen, we're going to have to be organized. We're going to have to line up right. We're going to have to get to the ball. They're a very big physical team. He's senior-laden, a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors. He had a very good football team last year and then had some key injuries to some key guys, and he's got those guys back. So we got our hands full. We're going to have to make sure we eliminate a lot of penalties, and going to key on his quarterback. He's a really good athlete. They got a fantastic defensive lineman, number 66, so we're going to have to know where he's at all times. So, man, it's going to be a dogfight. We're going to have to stay focused on what we're doing, handle adversity if something goes wrong, and then when something goes right, not get too high and just stay even keel.
Offensively, what can fans expect of a Childersburg team coached by Coach Zedaker?
Yeah, we're going to go fast. We got a big offensive line. We average about 240, 250 across the front. We're going to lean on them big guys a lot. We're going to try to pound that ball in there, which opens up our play action passing game, and try to get that ball to Tate Fairman every time we can. We got a dynamic quarterback we're starting this year, J.J. Davis, who's a little scat guy. Has really worked hard this summer on his throwing, and has gotten better and better every day. And so we think with that duo right there with our offensive line in the front, man, we can run the ball pretty good and open up the passing game.
How important, Coach Zedaker, is attitude for this Childersburg team?
Very, very important. Very important. You know, that was one of the key pieces when we came in that we had to fix was their mental capacity. And so, you know, again, just high school kids are high school kids. You know, you got to keep them grounded a little bit. And it's like I told them all week, we can't play the game on Monday or Tuesday. You know, control your emotions. Let's get to the game on Friday. But then, you know, when those peaks and valleys come in the middle of the game, we got to be able to handle them and stay in the middle of it.
How's practice been this week?
Not bad. 2 hot days now. Tuesday and Wednesday were brutal. I don't get hot very much, and it was hot for me. But other than that, man, they're excited. You know, we got to the field house Monday morning about 6:30 and started working out, and you could just feel the buzz and the energy with the kids because they're excited to get this season started.
The strength program at Childersburg High School, as in other schools, including Fayetteville, that's paramount as well.
Yeah, it's key. It's I think probably, if not one of the most important things to a football program. And so we've kind of revamped a lot of things. We've changed our classes. We come in the mornings now. We have first period weights, and so we're coming in before school starts. We're getting our lifts in before school. That gives us an opportunity to watch film. We could do some things on the field, special teams wise as well. And so, you know, since I got here, you know, that's been a main focus of ours is the weight program. Kids have bought in. They like to see the transformation of their bodies. And so hopefully, you know, it's also a necessity to keep a kid healthy through a 10-game season. So they've hit the weights well. They enjoy it. They like getting big. So we're hitting them.
Coach Matt Zedaker, head football coach of the Childersburg Tigers, taking on the Fayetteville Wolves tonight. Kick at 7 o'clock from John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. How do you get that winning edge back for the Childersburg Tigers?
Yeah, one game mentality. You know, we can't look ahead to anything. We got to put all our eggs in a basket for this game. You know, at the end of the night, we want to be 1-0. Can we go 1-0 every week? And you know, it's going to be tough. You know, we got a very extremely tough schedule. We feel like there's some possible wins on that schedule, but it's going to be week in, week out. We can't look ahead, and if we can get some momentum and have some success early, then you know, then the kids buy in that much more. So it's just try to win this one and then move on from there.
Oftentimes with a new coach, there's staff additions as well. What about your staff?
Yeah, so you know, it was very important that we did retain Coach Johnson, Johnny Johnson. Thought that was probably my first hire that I need to happen. In fact, that was part of my interview process was I going to be able to have a chance to get him back. So I think that was very important. Coach Johnson and I have known each other the majority of our lives, played against each other, coached against each other our entire careers. So it's just a blessing now to be able to work together. And man, I lean on him a lot. He knows everything about Childersburg and knows everybody there. And then we have retained some of the members that were on the staff. Coach Will Donahue's still there, running our quarterbacks. Coach Cam Mazzell is going to run some defensive line for us. Tanner Gamble's helping us with special teams and receivers. Coach Davin Flanord is a DB guy and receivers. And then I also brought with me a defense coordinator. Will Jackson was with me at Lincoln. Played at Sylacauga for me as well. So he's going to be our defense coordinator, does an outstanding job. Had a new hire named Samuel Crane, got him out of Hayden. He's doing our offensive line, and he's doing a great job as well. And then one more guy, Daniel Forney. We just hired him at Childersburg for our special ed department. And he's been a student analyst for Rich Rod at Jack State for the last 4 years. So he's bringing a good college aspect that these kids can relate to. And so I like our staff. We're working hard. We're getting after it. And, you know, we've gelled together. A new guy coming in with different philosophies, different things. And they've accepted how I want to do things. And we're excited to get this thing going.
Before we go this morning, what do you, Matt Zedaker, expect from the Childersburg team tonight against Fayetteville?
Yeah, 4 quarters. You know, play hard regardless of, you know, we're not going to be scoreboard watching. You know, we got to do what we do. You know, in the first game, it's always tough. You know, we got a little bit of film on Fayetteville, but obviously that's not going to be all that they do, just as well as what they got on us not going to be what we do. So in a first game, you really got to make sure, do you line up right? You know, it starts off, you know, are you lined up in the position you're supposed to line up? Are you executing what we're supposed to execute? And then we got to just work on us. If we can do the things that we're supposed to do, then that should take care of itself. And then just play play hard for 4
Have fun.
quarters and have fun. You took the words out of my mouth. That's why we play the game.
Yeah. Coach Matt Zedaker, the head football coach of the Childersburg Tigers, our guest. Childersburg hosting Fayetteville tonight. Coach, we'll see you tonight and right back here next week.
Yes, sir. Go Tigers.
Coach Matt Zedaker, head football coach of the Childersburg Tigers, brought to you by Community Funeral Home. More Daybreak just ahead.